I just picked up Ahmad Jamal's The Awakening for way less than what it goes for on Discogs and eBay. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you how you can too. But was it worth it, or was it a huge mistake? Finally, it's here. I've been trying to secure a copy of this for like 4 years now, and I almost did once, but I passed on a reasonably priced copy thinking I would just grab one the next time I saw it. Well, there was no next time. Prices skyrocketed, and rather than pay them, I opted for patience. And now, in April 2023, my prayers have been answered. Or have they? Should you do what I did and buy one of these very affordable copies of The Awakening? Don't worry, I'll tell you what I paid and where you can get one later in this video. Or pay upwards of $100, $200, $300, even $400 for an earlier-ish pressing on Discogs or eBay. Well, let's find out together. Oh, did I just cut the record? No, I'm good. Wow. First of all, let me just say, I am not someone to spend $200, $300, $400 on a record. I'm just not the kind of collector I am. There's almost always a more affordable option that is either just as good or better when you consider everything, quality of pressing, condition, and of course, cost. This record came out this weekend as of the taping of this video. I received mine April 15th, 2023 to be exact. And my journey to acquire this record began 4 years ago in 2019. So was it worth the wait? Well, I just had a chance to listen to this record, so let me tell you what I think. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. I'm still trying to give away this masterpiece. And if you subscribe, you will have a chance to add this to your collection. What is this? Well, this is John Coltrane's Blue Train, the Complete Masters Tone Poet double album edition, just waiting to be spun on your turntable. The personnel on this record is pretty simple. On piano, you got Ahmad Jamal. On bass, you got Jamil Nasir. And on drums, you got Frank Grant. Boom, that's it. Ahmad Jamal Trio. Drummer Frank Grant appears on 6 Ahmad Jamal records, as well as records by the likes of Yusef Lateef and Sonny Stitt. Bassist Jamil Nasir appears on 17 Ahmad Jamal records, going back to 1964. He also recorded with other great jazz leaders, including Gene Ammons, Eric Dolphy, and Lou Donaldson. By the time The Awakening was recorded, these musicians had a lot of experience performing with each other, and it really does show on this record. Awakening was recorded in February of 1970 and released later that same year. It was produced by Ed Michael, whose credits include artists like John Lee Hooker, B.B. King, John Coltrane, and Alice Coltrane. The Awakening is a montage of tunes penned by a variety of composers, including Herbie Hancock, Oliver Nelson, and Jamal himself. None of these songs feel out of place. This album is extremely cohesive and feels of a piece. Track 1, The Awakening, was written by Jamal and kicks off the record with a simple, understated, bluesy tune. For me, it's one of the true gems on this album. There are some things going on in track 2 that I don't even want to give away. I want you to explore them for yourself. Again, the rhythm is deceptively simple, and Jamal's playing on top of it is so beautiful and diverse. It's playing like this that reminds me why I fell in love with Ahmad Jamal years ago, and why he deserves a spot at the top of the greatest jazz pianists. Side 1 finishes with the song Patterns, another Jamal composition that is so unique and exciting. It's almost unbelievable that he's just working with a trio. Side 2 begins with Herbie Hancock's Dolphin Dance, and Jamal does right by the tune. Also included on side 2 is a tune that should be very familiar to you, Oliver Nelson's Stolen Moments, and Jamal just slays it. The closing track, Wave, is something of a standard written by Antonio Carlos Jobim. It has been performed by Oscar Peterson, McCoy Tyner, Sarah Vaughan, Frank Sinatra, and Jamal's handling of this tune elevates it nicely. occasionally hinting at the song's bossa nova roots while staying firmly grounded in jazz. Jamal has the ability to weave together the complex and the deceptively simple, effortlessly and cohesively. Highlights for me, this whole record is a tour de force. Ahmad Jamal has a lot of great albums, and this one is a phenomenal representation of his playing in 1970. To quote Leonard Feather from the liner notes, Ahmad Jamal is one of the most pianistic of pianists. He plays a 9-foot Steinway Grand in this album and extracts from it sounds that reflect not only the majesty of the instrument, but his love for it and the perennial dedication to it that has marked his distinguished career. I would have to agree. All right, so what about the pressing? The pressing is great for the price. What do I mean? Well, presentation-wise, you get a nice gatefold. The record is 180 gram. You do get a paper sleeve, but it's fine. I clean all my records before playing anyway. I'm always prepared to replace an inner sleeve with a static-free one, so I'm not mad at that. The stereo image is very nice, and there's enough dynamic range to suit me. As for the mastering, I really don't find this to be as bad as some of the reviewers on Discogs. Is it a big fat dynamic range? No, but it's also not distorted or too compressed. I found it to be comparable to high-res files that I've heard. Unfortunately, I don't have an original press to compare it to, but for the price, I am perfectly happy with this record. Is it a tone poet? No, but in my opinion, it sounds very, very nice. There was no issues with my copy. According to the hype sticker on the record, it was manufactured at Third Man Pressing in Detroit, Michigan on audiophile quality vinyl. My final thoughts. Okay, so who is this record for? This record is for lovers of great jazz piano, plain and simple. All the performers on this record are at the top of their game, including Ahmad Jamal, and the 2 Jamal compositions are 5-star in my opinion. Just the fact that this album is finally available again for a reasonable price and is very listenable is a huge win. All right, so where did I get this record and how much did I pay? This is gonna be so anticlimactic. Okay, so I got my copy on Amazon for $30 US. Again, this is a record that in the secondary market is going to cost you between $100 and $400. You can also snag one of these from the Acoustic Sounds website and presumably wherever fine vinyl is sold. The main message of this video is that you can now procure one of these, now confirmed very nice sounding records for about $30 US instead of the outrageous aforementioned prices listed on the aforementioned platforms. You're welcome.